because the conversation was so good, I needed to bring this onto the podcast. And come on, who doesn't love a good bonus episode? So from my IG Live, I bring you the bonus goods. Check it out, and I'd love to hear your thoughts afterwards. I'm going live with the beautiful Dana Shalit.
Hello.
Yeah.
How's it going? Where are you?
I'm in Costa Rica.
Okay.
I'm in Dominical.
Okay.
And my AC is completely out upstairs. And so I'm like, although I just put on oils, this isn't sweat, but it looks like it could be a sweat.
It's really hot there.
It's really hot. And I mean, you can see like I've got a million oils behind me to choose from. So
that's amazing.
Happy International Happy Day, I should say.
Yay! What a beautiful day to launch your podcast.
Isn't that kind of cool?
It's so cool. I'm so into it. Of course you would.
Well, you know, it's funny. I would intentionally do something like that, but I didn't consciously choose for it to be like that. It just happened that way. And I thank the universe, I thank God for that, because it just totally, all of the energy going into today. Mm-hmm. And also the week of your retreat that you have coming up on Friday. Like,
so excited.
What a beautiful Monday, right?
I'm so happy. Yeah, I feel it's been a beautiful journey to get to this place. I'm sure for both of us, if I may speak for both of us. And so exciting. Yeah, the astrological new year, the spring equinox. It's perfect. It's all happening this week.
It is the perfect day. And for those tuning in, if you have not already seen all over my Instagram who Dana is, not only is she a dear friend of mine, but I have the honor of knowing her as a hypnotherapist, as a spiritual facilitator, also just as a powerhouse entrepreneur. And it's not in her title, although it should be in her title. She is just really a woman that loves to support, empower, and raise up other women and men too. But I'm a female, so I get on the female side. And it's rare, right? When systematically, there's always been competition amongst females. And it goes against the grain to want to celebrate, want to see somebody else rise, even above yourself, you know, like some women are in different places, and it takes a very special person and a strong woman to be able to celebrate others when they rise. And that is totally Dana.
Thank you. It's an honor.
I love you. We don't need to go into our episode, because you need to go look at that. You need to go listen to it and go watch. Dana and I speak in episode 3 about limiting beliefs and how we really kind of get in our own way with our own thoughts and how we can overcome that.
Talked about like moving to Costa Rica, what it took to make that dream happen. I listened to your episode after, which was all about that, which was really cool too. And we talk about hypnotherapy, the subconscious mind, and we talk about impact. Like we covered a lot in that episode.
We did. We covered a lot. It's a good one. So like seriously, if you have not gone and downloaded episode 3, literally everywhere, on Spotify, on Apple, on YouTube, on Deezer. It's on other platforms I don't even know of, but it's there. So
totally.
You gotta go find it. So Dee, tell me today, happiness, International Happy Day can be a really unique topic. You know, a lot of people, I think, struggle. I talk a lot about how there's a difference between happiness and joy, right? Where joy is really a rooted state, where happiness is an emotion that can be a roller coaster, can come and go. But you and I both know you can be going through it. You can be in hell and you can still be in a place of joy, even though you're in pain, you're hurting, you know, it's not like an emotion like happiness. But there are obviously things that we can do to elevate our day-to-day, to keep us in like a higher vibration, which I think, I don't know, would you say it equates to happiness?
What equates to happiness?
Being intentional about raising our vibrations.
Yeah, frequency. And yeah, I think happiness is an interesting topic, because I think often people say, you know, what's your goal in life? And they say, my only goal is to be happy. And I actually think it's created a lot of issues in our society because it's not that it's not about unrealistic. I'm unrealistic as a way of being. I'm all about that. But it's about when you only crave to be happy, it's almost like we're discounting all of the goodness that comes from, let's say, the negative, in quotations, emotions that we get to experience in life. No one grows through just happy emotions. We only grow through contrast.
Totally.
And so for here to evolve and grow, I think happiness to me comes from being unattached. It's like when I can actually find the joy in all of it and the darkness and sort of move freely throughout it so that I could experience more joy, but also be okay with the contrast of it, which really amplifies the joy as opposed to like living in this middle line.
I was just going to say that it's challenging, almost maybe impossible to actually appreciate the happiness if you really not experience the opposite, right? And it's going through those hard times and going through that pain that really makes the happiness that much sweeter, and having actually the ability to lean in and just be grateful for that.
That's right.
Well, like finding the gratitude and then also finding like the happiness in the happiness.
Totally.
Right?
As opposed to just trying to hover around the middle line and not feel too, like, because sometimes there's so many great books I've been reading about it as of late. There's a great book called Existential Kink that she talks about how we like, if we just accepted that we enjoyed the negative emotions, they would have a lot less power over us, and that we actually like that we actually enjoy the difficult parts of life, that we like pain. Otherwise, we wouldn't get tattoos, right? Look, think of how many people get tattoos. Woo! I know how I feel. It's unbelievable. So as people, we actually, there's pain in the pleasure and there's pleasure in the pain. And yet we've convinced ourselves that we only want to be happy, and we do all these things that also take away our happiness, as opposed to learning how to flow effortlessly and like, or move the pendulum effortlessly.
Yeah,
now wouldn't that be
fun? You're here. Like, guys, how good is Dana? Yes, I love it.
You.
I love it. And also too, and I know like you'll have something awesome that you'll want to share on this, is we forget to not embrace the opposite of happiness, is to really deny our humanness, right? Like it is human to experience all of it, which is the other side of happy. And
exactly,
life is not one big rainbow, and it's not all unicorns, and it's just so not perfect, and it's not fair. Like that's the other thing too, life didn't come and promise fairness, but having a good life is available for you, but that does come with embracing both sides.
Absolutely. And I would say that there's a relationship to like about freedom too, right? Because we think like you have the Freedom CEO podcast. People think that they'll be free when they have money, or they'll be free when they, have a different relationship or whatever, like the reasons we give for being free. But free is also like happiness, of like a state of being, right? Like it's a way of just saying, you can be, we said this in the podcast, you can be like in shackles and feel free, or you can have all the money in the world and feel like you're in shackles. It's all a state of mind, same with happiness.
Yeah. And, again, that goes a lot to like what's happening internally with yourself, totally. Because you can have houses around the world, you can be in paradise, you can have all of the numbers in your bank account. And if what's going on inside is not content, no matter what you try to fill it with, it's still not going to suffice until you look within, and often that's us needing to have to like heal and address our own pains and our own traumas.
That's right.
So that we can heal and move forward.
That's right. Address the tension in the body. It's a great way. Just there's all the ways we hold on to tension.
Totally. Oh man, so good. Okay, Dana, tell me, we're doing our live. It's your week as well, as much as today is like my day for the CEO podcast launch, which, like I said, is everywhere, guys. And if you haven't followed already on Instagram and TikTok, make sure you do that, the Freedom CEO. But Dana is launching her first retreat that's happening here in Costa Rica in Nosara on Friday. And I would love to chat about that. Like, tell us, what are you doing? Why are you doing?
Yeah, so it's called The Nature of Living. And so I've done retreats with my charity in the past, like impact-based retreats, which had a very different purpose, but this is more of a wellness-based retreat. It is really for those who are in service of others, whether it be their families, their communities. You know, we're such givers. So many of the people around me are massive givers. So this was the retreat that my business partner Jess and I we put together because we kept having people say to us, you know, we want to come visit Costa Rica. There's so many healers, there's so many incredible practitioners. And we essentially gathered and created a cocktail of our favorite activities, people, places, experiences as a way of giving back to the people we love. It's in flow and in harmony with what both Jess and I stand for separately.
So it's not really like your typical, it's not a yoga retreat. Would you say like this is, I don't know if I would even call it a personal development retreat. Obviously there's personal development aspects to it.
That's right.
But like, how are you guys kind of categorizing it?
Wellness. We called it a wellness retreat, essentially, because it is like we have workshops with some incredible practitioners, seriously the best of the best. We're exploring all kinds of different healing modalities from Qigong to breath work to functional body movement. And then there's the element of giving back. So that's always going to be a part of everything I do, but really redefining what it means to give back by first filling ourselves up so much through self-care practices, through receiving, through community, through the food we're eating, through the activities we're doing, and then exploring giving from that state, from an overflowing cup. And that's really what I'm dedicated to in my work, is saying like there's another way to do life. There's a way to, you know, feel full and give from that overflow, to like really be aligned with your purpose. And this is, to me, like a microcosmos retreat is really going to cultivate all of that.
I just loved that.
Last year when you came to visit me, you came on a retreat last minute that I was speaking at, if you recall, and it was only a few days before. So
yeah, right after my surgery. It was probably like 4 weeks after my surgery from removing my implants, my breast implants. And you had posted something and there was like, I think there was only 2 slots left or something, but I was like, maybe I should go and do this retreat. And yeah, absolutely. I found myself in Nosara like 2 weeks later, 10 days later, whatever it was. But it was
and then you met your housemate and you got a place in Nosara. Like it was like a
did so much
meant
life
to be.
changing.
Yeah.
Which I will tell you, Dana has a beautiful reputation of creating that type of influence in people's lives where it really is life-changing. So if you are meeting here for the first time, please go check out our podcast episode together. I'm telling you, you will just love it. She brings the heat. She brings the good. You kind of feel like you've gone to church, maybe an ecstatic dance for those who are in Costa Rica, understand what that is, you know, but you just really feel like, yeah, she's like bringing her, you know, maybe you're doing your snapping of the fingers, but it's just such a good episode. And there's been so many different things in my life that have happened and continue to happen because of this incredible woman. So I encourage you to connect with Dana. And yeah, just thank you so much for your time today and sharing.
Thank you so much for having me. I'm so appreciative, truly.
Thanks for tuning into the Freedom CEO podcast. If you got value out of today's show, I would love for you to leave a review, as it will help my show reach other people as well. You know what to do. Download this episode, click the like and subscribe button. If you feel like spreading more love, hop over to Instagram and share today's show in your stories. Remember to tag Shae Vidyata and the Freedom CEO. My DMs are always open, so drop me a line. I'd love to connect. Until next time, keep owning your decisions to live a life of freedom. Live a life you love.